Bueno, gente, estamos ahora con la banda I AM MORBID para el canal ZONA FRANCA. Vamos a hacer una entrevista previa al concierto. So guys, thank you so much for being here in ZONA FRANCA channel. My name is Alexander, and what I do is try to promote metal to the Peruvian community. And first of all, would you like to introduce yourself, please?
Hi, my name is Bill Hudson. I'm the guitarist for I AM MORBID, and very cool to be here.
I'm Richard Brown, also a guitarist in I AM MORBID. Thanks for having us.
Thanks so much. First question, what are your thoughts and expectations for tonight's concert?
Oh, they're the best. I mean, last time we were here, that was about, a year ago? November?
Yeah.
It was amazing. It was one of the best shows of the tour. So, I mean, I'm expecting similar. Having Obscuro with us tonight will probably make that even better. So.
Yeah, definitely the same. I think that the fact that, last time we played with Troops of Doom, which are also a great band. But yeah, having Obscuro with us should be making it like even more hype.
How do you like Peru, the food, the people, the environment?
I mean, to be honest, my palate is not high quality enough to appreciate Peruvian food because I don't like seafood, I don't like vegetables, so every time we're here, the first thing that people ask is, have you tried ceviche? I don't even want that near me, man. I don't, but like this place here, the salchipapa, I like that, I love Inca Cola. I drink fucking tons and tons of Inca Cola. We have a lot of friends here too. Yeah, Peru is a really nice country, just in general.
Yeah, I also enjoy the Inca Cola. I like the coffee. Ceviche is delicious, but I have not really eaten too much of it this time around. I've been getting more of like hamburguesas, stuff like that.
Which is what we end up getting anyway. True. But yeah, I love the way things happen here with food and like this city. I'm originally from São Paulo, Brazil, so this city just reminds me of São Paulo, just altogether. Like this restaurant could be in São Paulo.
Oh, actually, I had this thing that was like it looked like an ice cream cone, but it was like meat and cheese.
Yeah,
it was like dough, meat and cheese. That was really good.
And do you guys, like before the concert, do you have any special thing to do, like, I don't know, listen to...
Yes, we do.
We smoke and weed.
Smoking a bunch of weed. That's exactly it. That is our pre-show ritual.
Yeah.
I didn't want to do that question, but,
I mean, honestly, it is important because it's something that is, helps like clear your mind and at least for me personally and kind of just get you in like in the right headspace to play a show.
Yeah, that's basically every pre-show and during show and post-show ritual. Yeah. But yeah, that's the main thing.
And where were your influences in the beginning of I AM MORBID for you guys, and what are your influences nowadays?
Well, I mean, me and Richie come from very different backgrounds, like as we were talking about before this interview, I'm a total power metal guy. I grew up on that, like the Halloween, Gamma Ray, Stradivarius. Well, Iron Maiden's my favorite band. So I definitely did not grow up with death metal. I didn't the first time I even played death metal was when I was invited to fill in for Vital Remains in 2012. That's the first time I even paid attention to the genre. And then, of course, now that I'm in I AM MORBID, well, because in I AM MORBID, I'm an original member. I wasn't in Morbid Angel, but I started the band with David. So now that I know the style inside and out, I would say that this music, Morbid Angel, is a huge influence on me. Because that influence actually comes to my own music in my band Northdale. We're a power metal band, but now I have a lot more extreme riffing because I know freaking 20 Morbid Angel songs, So that wasn't a thing for me. Like being in I AM MORBID transformed me into a much more like extreme guitar player than I used to be before, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like obviously I just joined the band last year, so I mean, I've always kind of grown up listening to death metal. I discovered it when I was like 5 years old watching Beavis and Butthead, and I actually saw Morbid Angel, God of Emptiness, and yeah, I mean, it's always kind of been something that I've been into growing up in Florida.
Yeah.
So I definitely, like you were saying, like Morbid Angel influencing, I'm just trying to do justice to the songs and the songs that were like already existing before I was there. So for me, it's just really about like doing justice to the music that already existed, and making the fans happy.
And what do you think makes difference and special I Am Morbid from other bands?
Yeah, we do, you know, like I mean, first of all, we're obviously playing music that the two of us were never involved with, you know. So in that sense, from our perspective, we could even call it to us like a cover band, which it's not, because we're playing with the original, you know, with the original people that wrote the music, with the original people that recorded the music. And I think that's the differential that we have. You know, we have the guy who literally created this genre. You know, like
yeah, I think it's the fact that it's Pete Sandoval and David Vincent that's what makes it special. You know, it's they're the original guys. So, you know.
What suggestions you can say to the new bands that are coming out?
Don't start a band. Don't. I mean, that's my honest suggestion, man. I think that this business is getting tougher and tougher every day, and the main reason is because it's getting so diluted. You know, like so. I mean, whatever worked 20 years ago for a band doesn't work anymore. You know, whatever even worked 10 years ago doesn't work anymore. Like right now, a band has to have a huge online presence before anything, before you approach a label, before you try to play a show. So I guess my number one advice would be don't start a band. Well, now, if you must, make sure you focus a lot of your effort that you have a good online presence before anything. You know, don't go play local shows. Don't go play, you know, in your local bar and get shit talked by the other bands. That's a waste of time. Build an online following, get fans everywhere, to a point where people want to see your band. That's what I'm doing with my band, North. You know, we're not just playing a bunch of random shows. We're creating a fan base, and then this country is good. People want to see us here, and we go there. So I think right now, because of the internet, that's what I would say my advice personally is.
Yeah, and like Bill was saying, what might have worked 10 or 20 years ago isn't going to work now for most people. However, there are a lot of new and upcoming bands that I've seen that are doing really well. And those bands in particular are doing something original, or doing something creative and original in a way that it hasn't been done before. So that, I mean,
there is something to be said to that.
Yeah.
Because, you know, 10 years ago, the industry had its gatekeepers, you know, the people on the labels, the people on the radio stations. Right now, they have no power anymore. You know, if your music is original, if your music is good, it will find its audience. You don't necessarily need a label. A label right now is, I mean, it's a great help. You know, you get an advance, you get a promotion team and all that. But if your music is original and different enough, you know, people will find. Sleep Token is the biggest example in the beginning. You know, so you know, the original. That's very good advice.
So just to close up this interview, these questions I do to all the bands, and you must be honest. If you have one day left on the earth, with which artist and what song would you like to play with?
Does the artist have to be alive?
Alive and dead. And the song, any song, like rock, pop, whatever.
That's a tough one. I don't know. I need to think for a minute.
Wait, they have to be alive?
Dead or alive?
Oh, dead or alive. Oh,
Dead
shit.
or alive.
All right. I mean, Pantera always just had one guitar player, but I would love. I never got to meet Dimebag, and he was definitely my favorite guitar player ever. So I mean, if I could play with them or something, I don't know, but I don't know how that would even make sense because they just have one guitar player.
What song?
Floods.
Alright. For me, I mean, I would just, you know, I would love to be part of Iron Maiden for one day. You know, whenever. Actually, Steve Harris, if you're listening to this, give me a call, man. You need a backup. But a particular song, man. See, that's the thing. That's kind of like with him and Dimebag. I would say "Stranger in a Strange Land" because I would love to play that solo. But a part of that is because it's Adrian Smith playing. You know, I don't want to ruin it by going there and playing. So I'll probably play rhythm for it. Yeah, probably "Stranger in a Strange Land."
Well, guys, thank you so much for this interview. It was truly a pleasure and an honor. Any last words that you'd like to say?
Well, muchas gracias. Thank you, Peru, for having us here. Thank you for the interview, man. That's really cool.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us. Thank you for the interview, and we hope to see all you at the show tonight.
Absolutely.